implement environmental management methods. Introduction. Environmental management is a coherent set of programs and actions for reducing, as far as possible, the environmental footprint, impact, of an organisation. It is more than charity and compliance to laws and regulations. It is a social demand, and instead of a business burden, can be turned into a business advantage if it is part of a company strategy and is effectively planned and implemented. Environmental impact. The project of implementation of environmental management starts from the initial environmental impact assessment. This consists in identifying and assessing all the aspects of the business which affect the environment, like noise, solid waste, liquid waste, gas emissions, dangerous and special streams of waste, water consumption, energy consumption, electricity, fossil fuels, renewables, and energy efficiency, transportation, production, insulation, HACV, lighting. Assessing your environmental performance. When assessing your environmental performance, you should be specific and accurate. Track materials and energy as they are used in business and use mass or energy balances. Incoming minus outcoming minus losses minus converted equals 0. Cover every aspect that is relevant, including purchasers, contractors, and maintain a view of the whole product life cycle, even in the stages that you are not directly involved. Use numbers as far as possible, kilograms or tons, decibels, meters cubed per hour, kilowatt hours, ppm or milligrams, meters cubed. Plan for specific actions. For every aspect that is identified, plan for specific actions that will improve environmental performance. Comply with laws and regulations. Streamline with community and customer expectations. Eliminate or reduce waste or substitute waste with environmentally friendly materials. Reuse and recycle. Dispose responsibly. Indirect actions like tree planting or funding of projects with a wider perspective, like preservation of wild flora and fauna. Establish for every plan or programme one or more targets that are relevant, e.g. not quantities but quantities or product, and measurable, or at least that can somehow be assessed. Did we make it or not? Environment management as a management process. Consider environment management as one out of several management processes of your company. Rank priorities for the plans or actions. Mandatory, e.g. for laws and regulations compliance. Necessary, e.g. profitable for the business. Desirable, e.g. good for social responsibility. Assess the cost of implementation. Allocate resources and streamline cost with priority. Maintain a wide and holistic view of your business processes and employ everyone, staff, departments, business units, in environmental management. Think out of your box. How about planting some trees in our yard or funding a relevant programme somewhere else? Performance assessment. Implement and assess your performance. Measure your performance and compare with targets set on the planning stage. Measure the cost of implementation. Find out what went right and what went wrong, inefficiencies and the cause for both successes and failures. Review and revise your plans. Review and revise. You should seek continuous improvement in your overall performance, but not necessarily on every aspect. If specific programs are not implemented and targets are not met, you should revise your plans, complying and streamlining with reality. Benchmark your performance with relevant companies. Identify new areas for environmental management. Environmental laws and regulations. National and European environmental laws and regulations cover all environmental aspects of the business, all through the company life cycle. A company should be in advance well aware of them in order to 1. Avoid actions that will be cancelled if they oppose a legal obligation. 2. Prepare to comply with forthcoming obligations. 3. Avoid violation and non-compliance and legal problems. For these reasons, information about legal requirements should on a scheduled and systematic base. It is a job that should be allocated as all other jobs, especially as requirements are always growing and getting tougher, while the cost of non-compliance is getting painfully bigger. Continuous improvement in ISO 14001. Adoption of a certified environmental management system gives the advantage of having a complete, coherent and proven effective system that is also easy to implement due to existing know-how. It's also a system that is certified by an independent body, and in this way it is a proof of objective compliance and care for the environment. The most common EMS is ISO 14001. It resembles and can be integrated with ISO 9001 into one system, with common system elements, procedures, documents, inspections, reports. Both systems are based on the well-known cycle of plan, do, check, act cycle, and the principle of continuous improvement. EMAS and ISO 14001. EMAS, Eco-Management and Audit Scheme, is an EU initiative and is more demanding than ISO 14001. We can say that it includes ISO 14001 and it also employs the following extra features: stricter requirements on the measurement and evaluation of environmental performance, measured by independent verifiers, comparability and benchmarking of performance indicators. The system is under public authority supervision. The system imposes strong employee involvement and mandatory provision of information to the general public. A company wishing to adopt a certified environmental management system should better start with ISO 14001 and after some time should examine the possibility of adapting EMAS too. There are also other certified systems for environmental management, mostly sector-specific and with much less acceptance. Environmental management as an advantage. Effective environmental management can be an advantage for the business. Branding and market differentiation, employment of eco-marks, cost saving on materials and operation, better in-depth understanding of the business processes and of the market, company communication and social responsibility, e.g. H&M recycling reuse program. Participation in networks as far as the company environmental and business policy is clearly served, promoted and communicated.